How's everybody? Sorry, I was trying to raise my chair up because I was a bit low and I fell. How is everyone's Wednesday? Welcome to my stream. My name is Blue Bear online, but you could also call me Kat. And this is my channel. Welcome. I'm sure the regulars already hear this spiel every Wednesday, but to newcomers, welcome to my stream. I'm a sort of an artsy-fartsy artist online, and I kind of just, my streams are very lighthearted. I wanted to follow kind of where my mood went, and the month of July for me is book cover month, so I chose some books that I was familiar with growing up, and I wanted to do some illustrations around them. But yeah, that's the goal for this month, and then you'll also see me upload some videos, and I kind of like put more into my videos about like doing art business running, and just general things that are going on in my life that are art related. I try not to make them too like all over the place, and also video games. I'm a huge video game fan, so I really enjoy I really enjoy playing them, I really enjoy streaming them sometimes, and a lot of my art is inspired by video games at the moment, and maybe in the future it'll be a little bit more tangential, because I'm hoping to do more like original art, like original character art in the future, but right now a lot of my work is like sort of fan arty, but I do take a lot of inspiration from video games, so I would like to change my trajectory and my portfolio in that direction, but we shall see. But yeah, welcome to my stream. I'm going to be doing the cover of Coraline today. This is the cover that I chose. Coraline is, most people know the movie. I also know, I love the movie. I love stop motion animation. Leica Studio, the company that made Coraline and produced it, is like what I'm a big fan of them. I think their art is amazing. But in case you didn't know, Coraline is based on, the movie is based on a book written by Neil Gaiman, who is, a very prolific writer and someone that I enjoy reading. But when I was younger, I read the book, thought it was creepy, and I wanted to do this specific cover. So I can't remember what was the name of this illustrator, because this is I feel like the book cover had a lot of variations for Coraline, and this is sort of the creepier one. The illustrator's name, because I would like to give credit, is Dave McKean. If you look at my description down below, I have the name written. But yeah, Dave McKean is the illustrator for this cover, and this is the cover I kind of wanted to work with. I really like that there's all these like sort of ghostly hands, and as those of us who've seen the film or read the book know, there's a lot of sewing equipment, sewing materials around Coraline, and we know why that is. So I'm going to get started on illustrating this in my own way. I also wanted to include more texture in my work, so there's sort of a texture overlay right now, and we'll see how that goes, because I don't know how well that'll work. So let me just try something real quick. Okay, I wanted to try something. Well, I'll keep tinkering with that. This is sort of new to me, using a texture overlay on top of my background. I recently also organized all of my brushes, and now I can't find anything. Yay! I need to spend like a good day just going through all my brushes and making sure, because what I used to do was, like, when I was starting out, I was really like overwhelmed by a lot of the stuff on Procreate, and I thought, like, a lot of artists also that I follow also sell their own brush packs, or they recommend brush packs. So I did buy like a lot of brush packs back when I was like working full time, but now I have too many brushes and I don't know what to do with them. You really only need a few, and I have too many now. Let's try Max's Sacramento. Okay, so I'm going to try and work on sort of a rough sketch first. Sorry for the loud background noise. I turned on the AC, and usually I don't, because I try to save energy. We actually turn on the AC at night for the summer, but I turned it on because last week my stream cut out early, and I genuinely think it's because my hardware was melting. I think my computer melted because everything died on me. OBS died on me, Spotify died on me, I couldn't get anything on YouTube to work, couldn't get my OBS to work. It was like a real mess, and by the end of it, I was like, I don't know if I should even stream anything anymore, because my computer is genuinely like dying. So I turned on the AC just in case, I turned it on just in case, because I didn't want my computer dying on me again. I don't really want to turn it on though, because today's not even that bad. It's supposed to get real bad in like a few hours. But anyone joining, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Whew. So Dave McKean's style is very like specific. This is definitely not a style that I draw people in, so it's really interesting to try and reimagine how this is going to look in my own. Coraline has sort of like that short blunt hair. Looks like they kept that in the movie. You can see it in the book cover here. And then, yeah, I don't know. This is a very rough sketch. I always start with an extremely dirty dirty and rough looking sketch in the beginning, like a very like, have you ever seen like tutorials of really like artists you admire who do really excellent detailed colorful work, and then they show you their first sketch and it's like this, and it's like, and then they make a masterpiece out of it and they're like, this is how I started. I'm like, how did you turn that into your final product? Like, oh yeah, it's so easy, all I did was, and then they just like, they're like, I did a thumbnail, and then their thumbnail is like this, and then they're like, ta-da, and I'm like, how did you do that? Okay, so Coraline looks fairly like disturbed and maybe scared. It's hard to tell with those eyes. You know what, maybe the Sacramento pencil isn't for me. I'm gonna go back to my, this is it. I'm going to go back to my defaults. Yeah, her mouth looks kind of open. It's kind of hard to tell if it's open or if it's just her lips. Okay, this is, like I said, very rough sketch. I'm just kind of feeling out. That's what's been fun about this challenge. If you look at all of the other books I've done in the last 2 weeks, they've been like different, really different art styles. Like the Madeline style from the Where the Wild Things Are style. Obviously this is incredibly different from either of those. So it's like it's like a very different, it's like different each time. So like when you're trying to look at other people's art, and then my goal is obviously not to replicate it 100%. The goal of this was so that I could do, it's not really a master study. A master study is like if you're trying to replicate something exactly to develop your own skills, so that if someone does like incredible lighting in a painting, for instance, and you do a master study, you kind of learn how that works, how that painting, how the lighting in that painting works. But this isn't really like a master study. This is more of like a practice of style, I would say. Because the composition of it is, its composition is being sort of copied, because my composition is the same. It's going to be Coraline looking at the darkness and a bunch of ghostly arms. But the overall style of it, the line work, the coloring of it is going to be different. Like obviously, this style of art is not my style of art. But I'm kind of in like a crisis right now of like discovering my own style of art. Crisis seems very dramatic. It's more just like I'm kind of having a identity, sort of some turbulence in my artistic self-identity, if that makes sense. because I feel like my art is kind of at a crossroad where I don't feel very comfortable in it yet. It's like I feel like art, when you find your style, is like wearing a very comfortable, well-worn pair of shoes or socks or something that you just wear that you know is going to be comfortable, and you choose it because it's comfortable. And I think that's what finding style for me feels like trying to identify like exactly what it is that makes it, you know, so default for me. If that makes sense, or if anyone agrees with that. Like, you know it's yours, you know it's gonna work out. It just feels comfortable. It's just your default. I really like this. I don't know why, but I really like this part of the cover where she's holding the candle. I don't know. It just looks very. It just looks strange because she looks like she's like carved out of wood, and the candle holder is like the exact same color as her, but it's like, you know it's metal and it looks like metal. I don't know. It looks like it's a part of her almost, but also you know it's a different looking material. I don't know. I also really like how her hands look in this area as well. Hands. My version of her looks kind of like an older teenager. How old is Coraline supposed to be? She like 12 or something, 11 or 12 years old. My character looks a little bit older. Looks like she's a full-grown teenager about to go to college. I might make her hair very dark blue as an homage to the movie. I really love that movie. I love Coraline, the stop motion movie. Yeah, I like that she's looking back and that her body's leaning forward, almost like she's kind of running away a little bit. Also, I can't believe I never like said this during streams before, but these are meant to be like collaborative efforts. So if anyone watching also enjoys doing art and you just need someone to like do art with or like to do prompts with, I'm happy to have anyone else join into the art. This is like not exclusive to just me. I can't believe I never specified that. I hope anyone watching VODs in the future, if you look back on my VODs, like, you are absolutely free to do the art yourself. Right before the stream, I tried to eat as quickly as I could because I knew I wasn't gonna have time to grab like food during the stream, and I like inhaled a protein bar and I choked. And I'm still kind of recovering from that. I think so. I'm one of those artists that gets really like very bogged down by detail. Like, it's very bogged down by a lot of details, and I have a hard time. It looks like she's lighting her hair on fire. I gotta change that. But I have a really hard time kind of looking at the piece as a whole and doing sort of composition work that makes it look like more natural or well composed. I just need to get better at looking at the big picture Because if I was drawing this like on my own back when I was starting out, like I would have been just on the face. I would have been on the face for like half an hour. I would have done the face first, all the details, and then I would have gone on to the body. But now I'm trying to get out of that habit. I'm trying to get into the habit of like seeing the form in its entirety first and making like micro changes later. Okay, so that's Coraline's form is fairly easy. Let's see if I can get. The hands in. Alright, why is there a rat? I don't remember a rat. I can recognize these hands. Does anyone remember what that rat is? Someone's face is there. Oh wait, there was that one character. Was it rats that he dealt with though? He was like the head of the circus, wasn't it? I can't remember. Hi! Welcome! You have a lot of symbols in your name, but I think it says cat person. Is that correct? Hi, cat person! Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to my very, very quiet and chill art stream. Yeah, a lot of like grasping hands in this one, which I like. Gives me a lot of, actually this is great practice for anyone who's struggling with hands. Yeah, welcome to my live stream. I am drawing my own version of the Coraline book cover. Alright, how many hands are there first of all? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 human looking hands, and then this like weird whatever this is. It looks like another rat. I don't remember there being that many rats in the movie, unless I'm misremembering. Wasn't there like a circus guy? Did he have rats? Did he have other animals? I can't remember now. I need to watch the movie again. Look at all of these grasping, ghostly fingers. I think what will be fun with this one is doing the lighting. I think the lighting part is going to be really, really cool. Because everything is so pitch black and there's only one source of light, which is in front of Coraline. Let me know in the comments or in chat, like if this sort of themed, every month being a different theme is sort of a fun way to do the streams. I did it because I felt like I was becoming a little bit stagnant. I was like running into the problem of like, oh, let's just change it up every once in a while. And it was like kind of inconsistent. Whereas here it's like, this is the plan. This is the plan. Every month is going to be different, whether I like it or not. And then this is the theme for each month. I don't know. It just keeps it kind of fresh, I thought. More fresh and entertaining for people. Entertaining for me as well. Ooh, Cat Person says, I watched the movie a zillion times, but I've only read the book once. You know what? I think I'm in the same boat. I read this book so long ago that I can't really remember. Oh, Cosmos! Hello! Welcome to my stream! Hello! Yeah, we're doing a little draw-along of Coraline. If anyone else are artists in the chat, feel free to draw along. Feel free to draw along with me. This is meant to be not exclusive to just me. Happy to have everyone else join in the fun. Oh, this one's really creepy. This one looks like it's tenderly like holding her arm, but you know it has bad intentions. You know that that ghostly arm has bad intentions. That was the creepiest. Oh, sketch looks great. Thank you. This is like, that's very kind of you to say, because this is such a rough sketch. This is like the I was saying earlier how like artists online, like really great artists that I follow, they would like create this masterpiece, but then they show you the first sketch that they did, and it's like this. They're like, yeah, I just did that. That was the outline. I'm like, how did you turn that into your final masterpiece? That's kind of like where I'm at. This feels like a bunch of scribbles to me. Thank you though. The goal is to try and improve it. I also realize like a lot of artists, I think they're their own worst critic. Like they're their own worst critical audience. Like, oh, it's like didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And no one else knows that. No one else cares about that. Oh, cat person's gonna join in. Amazing. You'll do the sketch, but because you're... Don't worry, I'm in the same boat. I'm actually like someone who is very reliant on line art. I'm trying to get away from that. It's probably because I was very, like all of us, like a lot of us, we were influenced by anime and manga growing up. So a lot of my early artwork as a kid is like me doing really heavy line art, because that's what anime and manga look like. And now I'm trying to like get away from that a little bit. My sketch always looks better than line art. Yeah, I was just thinking to myself a few weeks ago, I was like, sometimes I wish I could see more sketches of people's art. Because I personally really enjoy sketches. And when I do a sketch, sometimes like my middle sketch ends up looking better than my final artwork. It's probably because I put too much expectation on that final piece, whereas the sketch tends to be more lighthearted, a lot more fun. I don't know, maybe that's a lesson for me to treat my art like a kid would. Like you're just enjoying it for the sake of enjoying it. Alright, I don't remember these rats. Does anyone remember if Coraline had like a heavy rat presence? Was there a lot of rats in the movie that I just like can't seem to remember? So Leica Studio, the studio that made Coraline the stop motion movie, if you follow them on social media, they said something about how they're going to release Coraline in theaters again. So if you've never seen Coraline in theaters, there's like a chance to see it in theaters sometime soon, if not now. Oh, did it? When did the rats show up? I can't remember. I remember there being a lot of insects, like a lot of spiders and things. There was like that one really creepy scene of her in the shower, and there's like these bugs in the shower and she's like killing them in the movie. What did it have to do with the circus guy? Did the circus guy have rats? I can't remember. I'm very embarrassed now because I do love this movie, but it's been a while since I've seen it. I like that there's like a bunch of just random thread. It looks ghostly too, like this like line that's going, this thread that's going through the needle. And it looks wispy. It looks very ghostly, but it's like thread for Coraline, for the mother to claim Coraline. Oh, he did! And I don't really know when in the book because it happened so many times. Okay. You know what? This is just an introduction for me to rewatch the movie and reread the book. I think I read this book when I was in middle school. think it's been that long for me. So I'm diverging a little bit. I'm not doing this little wavy sort of pattern. I'm doing more of a a loop. I guess my issue with remembering the rats is because I don't remember them being bad. I don't remember them being like malevolent or trying to kill Coraline. Unless I'm like misremembering that too. So the artist for this book cover is Dave McKean. His name is in the video description below, and he's the artist. This is the book cover I remember from school. Is this the book cover everyone remembers from school? Because I think there's a lot of variants of the Coraline book cover, but this is the one that I specifically remember because I remember it being very creepy looking. Okay, so there's like someone shouting in the corner here. Someone is yelling and they have a weird tongue. It looks like a forked tongue. It looks like a serpent's tongue. It looks like they have a weird horn on their chin, unless that's just how their chin looks. In that case, I'm sorry I body shamed you. Oh. Okay, well, I kind of have a rough sketch. I'm going to move Coraline a little bit further away. She seems a little bit too in the center of everything. Okay, yeah, I've moved her slightly further away. So she's kind of in the bottom left corner of the book. Okay. Alright, lowered the opacity of both so I get like a very sketchy sketch look to it. So yeah, I'm going to work with some color blocking, and I think I'm going to try and use, like I said, I need to go through my brushes properly. This is embarrassing. Don't look at the brushes. They're all very disorganized right now. Okay, that's not where it is then. Yeah, so like back when I started drawing and I was working my full-time job and I really wanted to do well on art and Procreate was really fun, I remember I was really overwhelmed by how many brushes, and because all the artists I follow, they either make their own brush packs or they sell them or they recommend them, and I remember like I wanted just like every brush pack, every brush that the artists I followed made, and you do not need that many brushes. You do not need so many. I will say though, I will recommend this one by Jessica Elena. Jessica Elena is an artist on Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop with some digital products, and brush packs are one of them. And I really like for those of you who like textured stuff, Jessica Elena's brush pack is really good at texture, and I can't find the one that I was working with before. I think this is the one. Personally, I had no idea people organize their brushes. I do not. I don't usually organize my brushes. I spent years not organizing them, and then it got to the point where I just like couldn't experiment properly because everything I had was so disorganized. So I finally sat myself down and organized them properly. Well, they're not actually properly organized, they're still kind of here nor there, but it's way easier to find things now than before. Yeah, let's try. I'm trying to like choose one that isn't so grainy. Yeah, I think I might just have to choose. Let's choose a soft pencil for this one. Let's go with this one. As much as I love Procreate as well, the way to organize brushes is not intuitive, unfortunately. I had a really hard time trying to figure out how to organize my brushes. But if I find a system that works for me, I don't know, maybe I'll make like a video about it or something, but I was getting real frustrated on trying to organize the different brushes I had. Alright, so Coraline's got like a really warm tone going on. It's a lot of reds and yellows and browns. I memorize the brush names because I paint X and they have little brush names. Oh, cute! I mean, like, my issue with my brushes is that I have too many. I have too many, and so I was getting lost in the amount of brushes I had. So if you have like ones that you've memorized and you have a much like more consistent stock of brushes you rely on, then yeah, that definitely makes more sense. This is going to be really fun shading because the harsh contrast of the lighting makes it a lot more fun to work with. I hope everyone's summers, if you're in the northern hemisphere, are going fine. And you know, it's pretty hot. I live in New York City. It's getting really, really hot here pretty much every day. I'm waiting for I actually so I'm actually gonna every month is gonna be planned to be a different theme, and I decided my theme for August and September is gonna be making a Halloween house with y'all. Because I was like, screw this hot weather. I really want it to be Halloween and autumn now, so I'm gonna celebrate 2 months early. Yeah, so to give a little teaser on like what's gonna go on in August and September is I want to make a little Halloween house. I want to make my own Halloween house out of a I have like a birdhouse that I bought from Michael's that is just very generic. It's like a plain old wooden house, and it is like I want to start working on my sculptural and miniature skills. So I was like, I'm going to do a sketch of what kind of house I want to make out of it, and then I'm going to actually make it, and yeah, and have it ready by October. Oh, we'll definitely join that. Amazing. Yeah, feel free to join. Feel free to pitch in. Obviously, sometimes I might ask for input from viewers and things like that. So, yeah, that'd be great. I'm really excited for that project. All right, I'm just kind of blocking out some colors here and there. It's not set in stone, obviously. It's the beauty of drawing, is the fact that you can change it completely if you hate it. Yeah, I really am excited for August, and so the reason I'm doing it for 2 months is because the project's just going to be so big. I want to like really go all out in making it. to go nuts on the details. It's going to have little felted ghosts as well. I kind of have a rough idea of what I want to do, but stylistically it's not gonna be planned out fully until August's live stream starts. Because I really do anticipate that maybe I'll spend like 2 live streams planning it, and then the rest of August and September making it. And then whoever's, you know, joining in the live streams and being part of the process, you can kind of be involved in it from start to finish, which I thought would be really fun. Is everyone else a big Halloween nerd like I am? Is anyone else excited for? Is everyone else like summer people, and I'm the only autumnal dweeb, autumn dweeb? Coraline's got like sort of a reddish hair, and I'm wondering how I can make it look sort of blue. That'll be the challenge today. I've got the head and the neck only because I've been stalling to try to figure out the anatomy, but because this does not fit my art style. That's exactly why I'm doing it too, though, this is like definitely not my art style at all. This is like so outside my comfort zone. So I'm just like winging it right now. I think that's why it's so impressive to me that when I see really well done stylized work, like, you know the proportions are wrong, you know the anatomy's incorrect, but you know it still evokes a feeling. You still kind of know what emotion that person is going through and how they're feeling in that moment, even though, like, you know, this character, she's only got little dots for eyes, but we like can see what she's kind of thinking just from the way that she's moving, the way that she's placed, the way that she's looking. And I feel like that's like super impressive to me as someone who's like always consumed by the idea of how real something looks versus like how it's like how it's stylized to kind of have the same feeling. I think that's why they say, like, you gotta know the rules to break the rules. Because most of the time the people who have super stylized styles, they know how to draw. They know how to draw traditionally. They know how to draw realistically. But they know, because they know those rules, they also know how to break them and how to repurpose them, which is just so fascinating to me. I can't tell if her mouth is open or closed. Does anyone else know if I zoom in on Coraline's face, does that look like her mouth is open or closed? I couldn't tell, so I just kind of kept it closed. But now I have no idea. Okay, her hair looks pretty interesting. I actually really like how the hair kind of looks right now. If everyone likes the sort of art I do and stuff, feel free to also subscribe and follow me, because I stream every week. I stream every Wednesday, and I also put up videos. I've been trying to get a lot better at putting up videos more often because, one, I actually really like YouTube. I've decided I'm going to make YouTube my main platform for a lot of my work. And I'm trying to get away from, like, oh wait, maybe I should use this. I'm trying to get away from, like, kind of how toxic Instagram has become. For me, at least. I feel like a lot of artists I follow don't upload there anymore, or they've, like, kind of, you know, diminished how often they do it. Whoa, the mood changes when you make the background dark. Ooh, that looks really cool, actually. But yeah, I feel like Instagram's just kind of winding down in a lot of ways. lot of the artists that I follow, their posts are being suppressed, and I don't really get to see as much as I used to. It's not like it was ever that great to begin with, and now it's like even worse. And I feel like the only ones who really can succeed are on Instagram. If you're starting a business there, or if you're starting an art account there, are like people who already have tons and tons and tons of followers, and even they are kind of struggling because their posts are not reaching the same amount of people that they used to. So I don't know. For me, Instagram just seems so hard to grow. It doesn't seem sustainable particularly as well. So I would like the opportunity to grow on another channel, and I've always really loved YouTube. I actually spend the two social media platforms I spend a lot of time on are Instagram and YouTube. Like those two are like top two for me at all times. Like I check them daily almost. But now that but I will say though, like YouTube is the one that I would prefer. Like it's the one I've spent loads and loads of time on. It's always very rewarding. I don't know if everyone feels the same way, but that's me personally. But yeah, I also follow just so many different kinds of creators on here. Gamers are a lot of them, artists, like business people, people who just know random stuff. I follow like health gurus and people who do cooking channels. There's just so much variety here. Off topic, but my mom sent this to me, and now I'm gonna unironically stay here till it's over. Oh, what did you? I'm sorry. I'm afraid I misread. But what did your mom send you? Well, whatever they sent, I hope it's all good. Oh, really? Your mom sent this live stream to you? What? Oh my goodness. I don't think my mom has ever she's never recommended a live stream to me, but she's shown me videos on YouTube. So, yes. Hooray for parents. Oh, cool. Well, thank you to Cat Person's mom. We're gonna call her Cat Mom from now on. Cat Person's mom is Cat Mom now. Okay, I like how her hair, you can see the hair. You can see Coraline's hair, the edge of it, but it's like very shrouded in darkness because the top part of her hair can be seen because it's lit up by the candle. I kind of like that, so I'm gonna see if I can mimic that sort of transition as well. Yeah, this is definitely not the sort of art style I'm used to, but I'm actually really enjoying how simple it is. Stylistically, it's very, because you're not relying on such fine details in the face, you have to put more skill into everything else. I rely on the face too much. I rely on facial features, I rely on details too much. I really should focus on ways to like make it work together cohesively. Yeah, sometimes I also play video games on stream as well, but those I've kind of I used to depend on quite a lot of video game streams, but now I'm not doing that as much. I really do like the art portion. I really like the art community on YouTube, so I'm hoping to like do more art as practice. But yeah, curious to know what everyone else's like social media exposure tends to be. Does everyone else also spend like loads of time on YouTube? Or is everyone else like mostly on Instagram? I'm always curious. Because everyone's got different social media habits. I used to love Instagram back when it first started, and now it's like, I don't know, kind of gone the way of Twitter, actually. Is that Carly? Morning! Hello! Oh my gosh, hello Carly! Oh my gosh, I don't know why. I recognize the name, but then I saw the picture and I was like, I'm so used to the little cat picture that I was like, wait, is this Carly the same Carly? For a second. Hello, welcome. Yeah, East Coast, it's the afternoon now, it's almost 1. And we are kind of getting our way through our Coraline sketch here. Yeah, I've got some practicing on lighting. I love this book. I did a book report on this book when I was in 4th grade. Everyone was like, what an angsty book. Neil Gaiman's an angsty writer. Neil Gaiman's a great writer. What an angsty book. Oh my gosh, did we call kids angsty in 4th grade? Was I angsty in 4th grade? I probably was. I know that was pretty cringy. I feel like if I were to go back in time and look at myself as a child, I'd be like, child, what are you doing? Why are you being such a little doofus? Alright, so far I like how kind of the direction she's going in. I want to work on the lighting more. I want the lighting to be a bit more dramatic. My mom and I watched this movie together and she was like, you read this in 4th grade? Yeah, wasn't this a required reading? And I also remember reading this when I was like, I don't know, 5th grade also, maybe 4th as well. I can't remember exactly when. I was too young to read this. I remember that. I remember it made me feel really creepy. I feel like I just remember the emotions of it, and I don't really remember everything that happened in the book. It was so long ago. Oh, Carly picked this. Wasn't required reading. That's so funny. Yeah, no, Neil Gaiman's a great writer, and everyone should read as many of his books as you can. I'm doing great. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Yeah, we had a lovely group of people in chat who are also artists, who are also trying to practice drawing this way. I loved Spirited Away around that time, so I knew my interests early. You know what? I do remember, so I was like a huge Ghibli fan in elementary school. And I remember because I saw Totoro when I was really young. Second grade or something young, maybe even younger. I remember I loved Totoro because the family in Totoro was a lot like my family. It was me and my sister, my dad, who was a college professor as well. He was like a huge dork. And the mom, and it was like the whole family, just the family unit resonated with me. So I was I loved Ghibli, I loved Totoro, and I was trying to get my friends at the time to also be in love with Ghibli. And I remember I actually moved to Korea for middle school, and I was in Korea and I was sending letters to my best friend. We were exchanging letters, and she writes to me in 6th or 7th grade, and she's like, have you seen the Spirited Away movie? And she was so excited about it, and I remember she was very excited, and I was thinking oh, she's into Ghibli films now. My friend, she's finally watching Ghibli films. Because back then, not everyone had that sort of exposure to, not everyone was really, really into Ghibli movies the way that everyone is now. And I felt like you kind of had to have someone introduce you because they weren't mainstream as much yet until they started blowing up in Western sort of box offices. This is looking terrible. I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, I'm off today. Flying to Rochester tonight. Oh, so you're coming over to the East Coast. Join us. Join us on the East Coast. We welcome you. Totally. I didn't realize I was early until college. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad that they got the recognition that they deserve. Aw, visiting family in Rochester. We'll be in the same time zone. Get ready for really hot weather. It's hot and humid over here, but I think the temperature is supposed to drop. I think it's supposed to get a little bit cooler temperature-wise, but I think the humidity... Well, first of all, humidity sucks. I don't care. If you're a humidity supporter, I can't be friends with you because it's the absolute worst. I hate humidity. But the humidity here has been absolutely killer this last week. But temperature-wise, it's supposed to be better. First commenter! Thank you, cat person! Obviously you deserve the medal. The humidity is so much worse there. It was 95 yesterday, but no humidity in Portland. Oh, I'm so flippin' jealous. I would take like over 100 degrees if it means zero humidity. I think I'm perfectly I can tolerate that. That's perfectly fine to me. But like, no, the humidity is like so bad out here. I woke up this morning at 8 a.m. and it said it was like in the low 80s, like 82 or something, but it felt like almost 90 because the humidity was already like 70% this morning. And I was like, really? Because I've been trying to wake up early so I can enjoy the nicer weather before everything starts getting really, really hot in the apartment. Because we face the south, and all of the heat just like pours in the afternoon, and it just becomes unbearable. Our apartment becomes a hot box, so it gets really unbearable. Okay, yeah, this is a very rough sketch. Oh, also south facing. I know. The only thing I love about it is, well, two things I love about it is, like, in the winter it's great because you do get a lot of sunlight during that time. And secondly, my plants love it. James got a couple of carnivorous plants, and they flourish here because they have so much sunlight. It's ridiculous. I remember when I first started getting plants, I would get grow lights, but then once I started having experience growing plants, I was like, why do I need grow lights? I have ginormous windows that face south. Aw, packing and lurking, no problem. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like how I'm gonna pull this drawing off, because the style of it is very outside of my usual style, so I'm just trying to like figure out how this is gonna work in my style. Yeah, enjoy your packing, and obviously I will chat like you're still here because you're lurking. But yeah, that's how I listen to a lot of videos and podcasts nowadays, and like live streams. I usually just tune in and I lurk in the background because I'm usually working with, like, I'm usually doing chores, or I'm doing like a lot of clay work, and the clay, it's so annoying to have to wash your hands of clay to type something in chat. I just like end up listening. Alright, Coraline. Okay, so I think I kind of have a rough sketch of her kind of done here. I'm going to try and see if I can finalize the details of how she's gonna look. I don't know if I like... She was so yellow before. I think I'm going to try to move her into a cooler tone. Whoa, no. Okay. That kind of gives me a starting point for her. Alrighty. Yeah, I genuinely can't tell if her mouth is open or not. I'm gonna say it's closed. I don't know. It would make more sense if it was open, because she's kind of like kind of gasping at the ghostly stuff, trying to keep her there. But it looks so much like her mouth is closed. Oh no, in my drawing she looks terrifying because I accidentally used pitch black for the shadows. You know what? If that's the vibe, that's the vibe. That's its own look. I mean, it's meant to be a terrifying book. It was definitely traumatizing for me as a young kid reading this. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe for this book. It's a terrifying, terrifying book. Yeah, this week I've been like super productive. So over the last weekend, I signed up for this business course from someone I follow on YouTube, someone I watch a lot of YouTube videos about. She does tons of like business advice for starting creatives, so creatives, people who are trying to grow in self-employment, who are self-employed or freelancing and want to make a sustainable living out of their art. And her videos are always phenomenal. So I signed up to do her first. She released a business course that I signed up for, and I took it this weekend. And I think for me the biggest benefit, obviously all the materials and the resource sharing and the way I was able to meet other creatives was super, super helpful. But I think the biggest benefit for me was sort of the shift in mentality of how to because I think for a while, even though I was reading the books and I was watching the videos about business and running your own business and all this stuff, I don't think I ever really stopped to think about this is a business now. You're a business person now. I don't know. It felt like there was always, I was putting the work in, but I wasn't my identity hadn't become, I hadn't accepted the fact that that this was my business now. This was how I was going to earn income. I knew I had to make money, and I think I get swallowed up in the idea of I need to make money from this. I need to monetize. But that's different from you being all right, you need to stop treating everything as being personal, because this is now your business front. And people are going to see you, if you approach this as a business, then you are going to expect people to treat you like a business. And I felt like I was giving people too much of an idea that this was oh, it's kind of like a side project or a side hobby, or I'm not doing this for fun, I'm trying to, make money off of it. But I was kind of treating it a little bit too casually, if that makes any sense. I felt like maybe I wasn't pushing myself hard enough to be hey, get your head together. This is something that you've, left your job for. You've your partner and you are both very you guys have to be partners in this, and right now there's only one income coming in. You need to start making an income. This is your job now. This is everything that you feel embarrassed by, you shouldn't. If you're embarrassed about selling your stuff, you shouldn't. You're a business now. You have to really push yourself to identify yourself that way, because there's so many people in the workshop who was things I feel really embarrassed about being salesy and marketing, and I was I'm in the same boat. I feel I wasn't doing any of that because I felt too embarrassed by it. And I'm like, and it really like resonated with me that I was no longer, this isn't just like personal embarrassment, this is like business failure if you fail at this. It's like a different form of an imposter syndrome, at least for me, but speaking for you, yeah. It's like, it was like a very like insidious form of imposter syndrome. Like how could you run a business? Like how could you be a business person? But it's like, no. Like my business name is Moo Bear Online, and so much of, I think, the conception of Moo Bear was like my own personal artistic identity, and it is, but it's also like, that's your business name. Your name is not Moo Bear. Your name is, you know, your actual name. The name of your business is Moo Bear. You have to treat it like a business. Like, so I have so much respect for people who run businesses and can just like very effectively market themselves, because that was a big struggle for me. The easiest way to gather a job is YouTube, I think. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who have found tons of success on YouTube, definitely. And there was a video I was watching about a freelancer explaining lead generation. So lead generation is like when you're trying to find a like sort of your niche community, and it's not just like niche as in just like hanging out, but like niche as in this is your consumer base. These are the people who will support you in your business endeavors. These are the people who are interested in your work and will offer you work or offer you jobs or offer you projects. And it's essential to a business to find that group of people. And a lot of people find lead generation through YouTube. And I personally find YouTube very fulfilling. I really like videos. I hate filming. I think that's my least favorite part about video making, is unfortunately the filming part. It used to be editing, but I think I actually kind of got over the editing a little bit. I actually find it a lot more soothing to edit now. It's very time consuming, and that was the hardest part. And if my projects ever get like very elaborate, then yeah, I might, maybe if I'm making a great enough income, I can like hire someone to do that. But you can't really hire someone to film you constantly. You can if that's like your whole business model, but like for a small artist like me, I'm probably gonna end up filming a lot more, and I'm gonna maybe try to find someone else to do the editing, because editing is very time consuming. But yeah, loads of people find success through YouTube, and it's just slow. And I think that's what weeds out the people who want to make like a business grow really quickly. Because as rewarding as YouTube is, it is like organic growth. And then people will like say, oh, what about if you go viral? Yeah, but like when you go viral, like when I watch a viral video, like if I happen to watch like a Mr. Beast video, I'm like, that's cool, but I'm not gonna subscribe to Mr. Beast. I'm not gonna like purchase his fan merchandise or things like that. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Beast, but and his work ethic, but that is not the genre of entertainment I subscribe to. But he's just like everywhere. He's recommended everywhere. And that's where viral hits come from, is the fact that you see them everywhere and everyone's consuming that form of entertainment. But that doesn't mean like everyone who's consuming it is going to be like a true fan who's going to like follow you everywhere and like support you and everything. So man, Mr. Beast is probably like, he's set for life, I'm guessing. Like, he can stop working, right? Like, he can stop doing what he does. He can take a break, can't he? how's everyone's version of this going? I feel like she looks a little strange. I like the sort of severe contrast in the face, but she looks a little weird to me. This is what happens. Like, the first sketch is always pretty good, and then you go in for the fine detail and then mess it up. Yeah, so the workshop was pretty helpful in... Oh, it's doing pretty good. Good! You made it... Did you lean into the creepiness? Did you make it more scary looking by any chance? Because that'd be pretty dope. Because I think this is supposed to look scary. Depending on if he lives a more chill lifestyle, that's how rich people become not rich anymore, is when they continue their same lifestyle after retiring. Yeah. I wonder though, like, he probably gets like brand sponsorships, things that will keep him afloat. And his videos will continue to like make money, because the YouTube will continue to pay you as long as people are viewing them. So like, he can just have his hundreds and hundreds of videos that went crazy, like continue to bring in thousands of people, and he'll get viewership money out of that too. But yeah, like, I think if you get rich very quickly and you don't know how to manage money, then yeah, the next step after that is unfortunately bankruptcy. Because like, wasn't there like a study done where like people who won the lottery usually end up being even worse off afterwards because they don't know how to manage their money? None of them like save it, they all like spend it on really like lavish expensive things, and then suddenly they can't afford the upkeep of them. His passive income would still be insane. Absolutely. Yeah, he can make so much money by just doing nothing now. I don't know. That's like not for... I can understand the appeal of that. I can understand a lot of people being attracted to that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe because I'm a millennial and like being a workaholic is kind of ingrained into me at this stage of my life, that like, I don't know, I think I would go kind of crazy. I think I would have to keep creating. I don't know. Maybe that's just like the creative mentality too. Like, if you're a creator, you kind of want to keep creating and not stop. I don't know if everyone feels that way. Like, if you're like a really famous artist and you suddenly make a ton of money and then you're kind of set for the rest of your life, would you stop creating? That's the question, right? Alright, that's looking a little bit better. I think it was too harsh before. It's starting to look abstract. Yeah, I've kind of leaned into the creepiness, but I haven't started on the hands and stuff. Yeah, it's alright. It's everything at your own pace, everything that you're... I'm also kind of like staying away from the body until I kind of get the head figured out. Game over. Yeah, a lot of respect for early YouTube creators too. Like, I grew up watching... I was very into like games live streaming, so Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie. I didn't watch as much PewDiePie, but yeah, those guys are all set now. They just jumped on the YouTube bandwagon really early, made really good, relatable games content, and now they're just riding that high. I feel bad for Markiplier though. I think he's had some health stuff go on, which is not fun. I don't think I could ever stop being creative. I look forward to starting a family one day so I can do kids crafts. Cute! Yes! The new generation of Carly Juniors making art. I just watched a recent Markiplier video and it's still so good. I love Markiplier. I used to just binge his stuff all the time. But I hope he's doing well. And he's also really sweet to his fans. He's like a really sweet person in general. So I can't say that for every YouTube person. Fun fact, Coraline in the book had brown hair, not blue. I know, yeah. It's like a reddish brown here on the cover, and I wanted to make it blue here because as an homage to the movie. Yes. Yeah, I think Leica Studio, the studio company that made Coraline the stop motion, like, did well with the blue hair. It made her very memorable to me. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You know what I, like, kind of dislike? I know a lot of people consume this content on YouTube, and it's a very popular sort of YouTube video making style, but I don't really like the sort of videos that talk about shit that's going online. Like if there's drama happening on some other platform like TikTok or Instagram or Twitter, and like people make videos kind of psychoanalyzing it, I'm kind of like, those channels are super popular, tons of people watch that. I know it's a niche that's very like easy to get followers in, but I like watched a couple and I'm like, I don't really like care about any of this. It's like a guilt. I'm guessing it's a guilty pleasure for a lot of people, which I get. I've got guilty pleasures too, but I feel like that sort of genre of YouTube is not for me, like, at all. I don't know. Does anyone disagree with that? Because I'd be happy to change my mind if there's like a compelling argument against enjoying that sort of thing. I think I was watching a video about Book Talk. There was like some heavy drama going on Book Talk, which is like the book-loving community on TikTok, and I had no idea what any of it was. I watched a random video about, I don't know, I guess it was like an author and something about being on the Amazon bestseller list or something. It was something like weirdly like niche. And I remember watching it and being like, wow, this is like really in-depth. It's like half an hour long. It backtracks and does tons of research on like what everyone's saying about this issue. And I'm like, this is so much work for like something that's happening on another platform, and it doesn't, like, I don't know, it just doesn't really like bother me. But maybe for people in the community, it's a huge it's a huge dramatic thing to know what it's about and what's going on. I don't know. I can't remember if I've seen the other one. Oh, are you replying to something I said earlier? Because I can't remember what the context for that was. Yeah, everyone who likes Coraline and wants to see Coraline in theaters, look up Leica Studios' release schedule, because they're supposed to release Coraline in theaters again, so that you can see it. You can see it in theaters if you have never seen the original movie in theaters before. Oh, the other Coraline. Yeah, this version of Coraline is a original because it's a mashup of book Coraline and movie Coraline, who I love. I actually kind of like how her hair looks now. I don't think I'm going to tamper with that too much. I'm really just trying to get the shading on the face done properly. Yeah, if Leica Studios released Coraline in your area, I'm going to try and watch it in theaters. I know James and I both talked about seeing it in theaters. So yeah, it'd be great. Never saw it in theaters. I've seen the movie so many times, so I'm gonna go see the movie in theaters in full Coraline merch. Oh, what kind of merch do you have? I only have 2 necklaces. Yeah, so you have Coraline themed necklaces? That's amazing. I know that the costume of wearing like the yellow, like a blue wig with yellow raincoat is like a popular Halloween costume as well. Did anyone dress up when Barbie came out and Barbenheimer was in full swing? Was that last year? It's already been over a year since Barbenheimer. Has anyone did anyone dress up as Barbie or Barbie-esque? When they went to go see Barbie in theaters? If you saw Barbie in theaters? I saw Barbie in theaters. It was kind of hard not to watch it in theaters. I really like that sort of summer event that Barbenheimer became, because we live very close to a movie theater, and there was a bunch of bars near that movie theater, and so many of those bars and restaurants were offering like Barbie themed drinks. They were really like trying to get the people who were going to the movie theater to come to the bars and have in their Barbie outfits and have Barbie drinks. Have you seen Leica art in person? Okay, so I actually did see Leica art in person. It was at the pop culture. It was at the Pop Culture Museum, the Mopop. Is it Mopop? Yeah, I think it's the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle. I saw. Oh, what did I see though? I think I only saw like a very small showing of some of their work, because I think when I left Seattle they did like I did a huge exhibit there, and it came to our museums. It was so good. Portland, West Coast, why? Come to the East Coast. Okay, so I can just absolutely, I hate myself for this, but Beatrix Potter had an exhibit. They had a Beatrix Potter exhibit at a museum here in New York City, and I missed it. I missed it because of my terrible memory, because we passed by the signs for it and we were like, oh, we should go. I thought it was until July, but it ended in June, and so I missed it. Damn it. Leica's based here in Oregon. Damn it. Of course they would celebrate on their home turf. I didn't know Portland was their home turf. I thought they were somewhere else in the Pacific Northwest for some reason. Damn it, you get all the Leica access then. Nike funds their projects. Oh, I didn't know that. I guess the owner is related to a Nike owner. Oh, wow. Huh, I'm surprised they don't do more Nike branding name drops in their films. I guess it would be like really out of character if they did though. This picture is becoming like such a weird hodgepodge of gray and brown. I don't know if I loved it, but I'm just gonna roll with it. If anyone in chat is an artist or likes to do art for fun, I guess that makes you an artist too. Yeah, if you got some time, feel free to join in. Cat person is drawing it in chat. I think we had Cosmos earlier also mentioned that they were going to try drawing it. Feel free to join in. This is just my own weird... She's starting to look a little Picasso-y to me. Like a weird, this is the most Picasso-y abstract person I've ever drawn in my life. Coraline art would be fun to do, yes. I just thought, like, I was trying to like do research into, or even the cat. Oh yeah, that's right. There was a black cat in the movie. All right, I'm starting to embrace this art a little bit. Yeah, so just trying to like do art more. So after that business course, and I kind of like sat down with myself afterwards, and I was like, I gotta get my head straight on this, on how to succeed and do well, or like maximize success, you know? It's just like, what I'm doing now is just a little bit haphazard. It's not very focused. I need to find a way to do this in a way that's sustainable. It won't burn me out. And I'm happy with sort of the output that I'm able to achieve. So I kind of sat down and did a whole content sort of planning. So like videos I wanted to make, live stream ideas. So for anyone who missed it, and anyone who follows my live streams or would like to see more, every month I plan a different topic, a different theme. And my theme for the month of August and September is I'm going to plan out and make a haunted house. So I have one of those like stock birdhouses from Michael's made out of wood, and I'm gonna use that to make a custom haunted house out of it. And I want it to be done by October, which is why I'm doing it so early. It's why I'm planning to do it in August and September, so that I could like have it be done by October, or mid-October at least. Because I'm going to Korea for 2 weeks in the middle of all that, so there will be a slight hiatus. But I wanted to make my own haunted house. It's gonna have felted ghosts. I kind of have a vague idea of what I want to do. So it's gonna have haunted, little felted ghosts haunting it. I wanted to have a tree. I also want to make like all of the little itsy bitsy pieces of haunted house miniatures that you see online. So if you see any sort of artists online who do miniatures and they make houses and things, like doll houses, you'll see that they like handcraft everything, and that's kind of like what I want to do with this one as well. It won't be as intricate, but yeah, I want it to kind of have that sort of vibe. And I also want, the community to be like part of it as well. So if you have any sort of input while I'm making it and designing it, I would like to just chat with people who would love to see that sort of work. So, I love that cat. I know, it was like I figured it'd be fairly popular for the Halloween autumn craving crowd of people like me, basically. Yeah, and then when the final product's done, is people on the live stream could be like, "Yay! I was a part of that. I was part of the planning stage. I was part of the crowd that got to see it be made." I figure it'll be fun. It'd be a fun, like, cohesive thing to do. I crave the sweet release of Halloween. Oh my god, you are not the only one. Please let it be. Please release us from this heat. Free us. I also kind of merge like the ideals of Halloween and Thanksgiving together during this month. I think that's why it's my favorite season. Like, we try to turn it into this huge capitalistic thing with like holiday shopping, Black Friday, buying candy, buying all these things. And it's supposed to be like the time of year where you spend the most money. But I feel like for me, I like autumn because one, the weather changes and the bugs all die. And two, it's also like the time when you actually like spend a lot of time with people, like you're kind of forced to. And it gives me an excuse to hang out with more of my friends because they're all home for the holidays. It gives me an excuse to see my family again or even more. And I don't know, just sort of like the community aspect of it is a extremely appealing part of that whole season to me. I feel like when I was younger, I was like, yeah, buying stuff. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, hanging out with people. So I feel like, I don't know, that's just how I sort of see it. Nowadays, as someone who's like wants to just be a little hobbit doing art, but then also craves human attention and human interaction and eating good food. I think that's also the big thing about the holiday season for me, is like the chance to eat so much good food. I'm also really liking how this is turning out because I'm trying a textured background for the first time. I follow an artist called Jessica Elena online. I think Carly, you already follow her too. I think you already know her. But it's a she makes her own brush pack and her own texture pack on her Etsy shop, and I bought both of them. So this is actually a texture pack from Jessica Elena, the artist online, and yeah, so that's why she's looking a little like what's that called, grainy? Yeah, she's looking a little grainy because of that. I crave a nice high of 50 degrees. 50 to 60 I think is like 60 to 70 is the sweet spot for me. I think if I could find a country that's only 60 degrees ever, I would move there like immediately. But 60 degrees is such a like in-between temperature. Like you're either on your way to get to 70 or 80 degrees, or you're going back down to like 40s and 30s. Grainy? Nah. Texture? Yes. Yes! That's what we like. We like texture now. I realized that a lot of my drawing, I loved some parts of it, but one of the parts I didn't like about how I drew was how flat everything looked. Everything was way too flat all the time. My characters, I kind of describe them as being jelly people, like, because I would draw them in flat, and then I would do little, like, shiny parts, and it would just, like, I don't know, they just look like jelly people to me, like, just, like, very, very shiny and jello-y, and I'm like, that's not a person, that's not how a person looks. They just, because I would do a little, like, dot on the nose, I would do, like, shiny eyes, but everything else is flat and shaded, and it's, like, just, I don't know, just very flat looking to me. Whereas this looks, I don't know what this is. This looks very abstract. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can bring the eyes out a little bit as well. Yeah, Jessica Elena, I love her art. If you can, it's just the way it's spelled, Jessica, and then Elena with an E. You can find her on Instagram. I think I follow her everywhere. I follow her on Kara as well. You can also type in Jessica Elena Etsy if you like the brush that I'm working with, or like the texture pack. If you like how this texture looks, it's fully from another artist. And if I haven't said her name enough, it's Jessica Elena. her eyes are kind of defined. I'm kind of accepting this drawing a little bit more. Little trophy man. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She looks. You know what? Let's do a little thing that I'm used to doing, just to see if anything changes. I'm gonna add a little. Add a little white dot. See if that makes her look. It's neither here nor there. I think I actually like it better flat, or maybe I'm just. Let me try something else for a sec. Nah. Let me see if I can try getting it maybe darker in the center. Alright, that's the vibe. Yeah, something subtle. Not too crazy. Just kind of gives her a little bit more life in the eyes. so she looks alive and not like a corpse. Alright, oh no, all my browns got pushed to the side. So I already planned out which books I'm going to do for the rest of the year. Rest of the month. So next week I'm going to do everyone's favorite, a cover from Frog and Toad. Does everyone remember Frog and Toad? Frog and Toad, the little besties slash romantic bros, the little froggy couple. Doing little adventures, taking care of each other. Nice, I just got Emily a funny shirt of them. Oh! DM me the picture. Men's section at Target? What? See, this is why men's and women's sections make no sense to me. Because I know plenty of people. Oh, okay, I'm about to go on my soapbox and make a complaint. So, my job, back when I worked at the hospital, worked in a lot of orthopedic and diabetic style shoes, which is a major part of rehab medicine. And for anyone who doesn't know, we provided shoes that were medically justified for patients who needed them, because there were a lot of people who had foot-related issues. The one that people think of obviously is like diabetic shoes. People with diabetes, they have really poor vascularization in their limbs, so the kinds of footwear that they wear is really important, because if they get like a wound, for instance, a lot of them have neuropathy, which means they can't feel it. So if they develop a wound and it gets infected, most of the time it's on the foot. So so diabetic shoes was a big thing in my profession. And what frustrated me the most was patients coming in, and we would size them, and men's would always say men's size whatever, but we had female patients who would come in, and a handful of them would be like, I would measure them, and I would tell them what their woman's size was, but they would be like, yeah, but I actually wear men's size 6 or something like that. And I'm like, it makes no sense to have a separation of shoe sizing by gender. It makes no freaking sense. Your foot either measures a certain degree or it doesn't. If your foot is a 28, the shoe should be a 28. Doesn't matter if it's women's or men's or child's. If your child's foot is a 4 centimeter foot, then get 4 centimeter shoes. If you're a woman or a man whose foot measures 28 centimeters, get 28 centimeter shoes. That is how I see it being done in other countries. It makes no flipping sense. Because then here, people are like, I'm a woman's size whatever, I'm a men's size whatever. And it's like, no! No! If only we could just get shoes that are standardized. Because now there's all this confusion about sizing. Because then you're like telling them, and women, this includes me, have a severe issue of chronically undersizing their feet. So like, you measure their foot, it's a size 7, but they're like, but I actually wear a size 6 all the time. I refuse to buy bigger shoes. And it's like, no! But if everything was measured to like the centimeter, then it would be like, just go out and get this shoe because that's how your foot measures. But like, people get so caught up in what shoe size they are that like, it causes confusion. And if you're supposed to be a certain size, but you refuse to wear that size, then it's like, you're gonna get foot problems. We try to be a little bit more hardlining when it's like patients who just went through surgery. Well, like most of the time the patients understand that. They're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like I shouldn't be wearing a shoe that will cause me further injury after this major surgery I had. But like so many people come in with feet problems, and so many feet problems are because of improper shoe sizing, and it's like so flipping stupid. It's so stupid. I don't know, that's my soapbox. You go to other countries and they tell you, you know, they measure your foot. They're like, your foot's 27 centimeters. Here's all our shoes that are 27 centimeters. And it's like, so easy. It's so easy to buy shoes. Sorry, I don't know why, Carly, you mentioning a men's shirt at Target triggered me so much about shoes. But it's true. I will go to my grave over this. Gosh, does anyone watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Probably one of my favorite comedy shows. And it's about it's about the 9-9 police department in Brooklyn. It's not obviously real. It's like a bunch of comedians who do silly cop things throughout the day, or throughout their work life. But there is a scene where the captain and the detective are like interrogating someone about, you know, the murder. They know he murdered this guy, but he's really smart and conniving, and he knows like the right things to say to not implicate himself. So like the cop and the captain are arguing. For those who watch it, it's Holt and Peralta. But like, yeah, it's the captain and the cop arguing over like how they can get this guy to confess, and they're trying to be very rational and level-headed about it, and then they go in and interrogate him, and the suspect is a dentist. So the captain's like, I forgot what question they asked, but it brought up his dentist background, and then the captain goes like, he makes a comment, the suspect makes a comment about how like dentists are also doctors, and it's like, because, you know, he also went to school for surgery and things like that. He had to know how to do dental surgery, and then the captain, who's like a very uptight sort of person, goes on this whole rant about how the word doctor has subsumed the word doctor for PhD, which is a doctorate, and how he's like, and now everyone's assuming that everyone who's a doctor who's got a PhD is no longer is assumed to be a doctor, when it's in fact a completely different field in medical. He does it in a way that's way more funny, because it clearly like triggers him to a large degree, and it's just like semantics, it's just words. But he goes on this like really funny rant, and it cuts because it has nothing to do with the interrogation, and he goes to the back with the detective, and he's like, I guess that was a trigger for me. And like, you don't know what kind of topics will bother you until someone starts arguing with you about them. I would never have thought about shoe sizing as being a trigger for me, but now I care so deeply about it. I will go to my grave fighting over how improperly we size shoes here in the US. Don't even get me started on all the retailers sizing their shoes differently. Like, if we have patients who come in Nike's shoes are terrible. They have no structure to them, and they're also like, they undersize them compared to other shoe companies. So lots of patients who come in with like New Balance, they know what New Balance feels like, and they get kind of acclimated to the styles we offered medically because New Balance has a lot of overlap. But people who are used to like Nike shoes or Air Jordan shoes, it's like completely different from what they're used to wearing, and it's like, no, they're give your feet room to breathe. Room to breathe. You shouldn't be flopping around inside them. It shouldn't be like clown shoes, but your feet being squeezed together is not a good sign either. Like, and that will cause so many problems. Carly says, yes, please distract me, Carly. I've had plantar fasciitis and just started to get it looked at. No, oh, that's the worst, because it's like inflammation in an area that's constantly bearing weight, constantly being moved around. Like, unless they put you on like a little roller for like, which they're not going to, because that's usually for like surgery, patients who've gone through surgery. But yeah, offload the foot, stretch it properly, things like that, yeah. No, I also sometimes get plantar fasciitis when I walk around the city. So you walk around the city so much, and then I get home and my feet are burning. So that was a rant I didn't expect to go on. When I switched shoes, my pinky toes finally stopped bending. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Feet success. Little successes like that. Little success stories about your feet. Your feet are so important. Oh my god, the absolute like levels of deformity I've seen in feet is crazy. Like I've seen stuff happen to feet. It's really funny when patients who have like barely anything wrong with their feet tell me like, oh, like these are the grossest feet you've ever seen. I'm like, no, I've seen like I don't think you understand how terribly terrible your feet can become. Like, because their feet would be like, I don't know, have a bunion or something, and I'm like, that's actually okay. But your microphone's too quiet and your music's too loud. Thank you. You know what, I changed the audio settings before this stream, so I think maybe I messed it a little bit. Let me see if I can lower the music. Maybe if I lower the music, it'll create a better sort of ratio of sound. I don't know. If anyone else has a problem with the audio, let me know. Thanks, Tabby. Levels seem fine to me, but I'm used to the music overlay. Oh, okay. You know what? I think the music is a little bit too loud, so I'm gonna lower it to where it was before. I don't want to get rid of it completely. Alright, let me know if that's better, or if that's still kind of weird. Sorry about that. But thank you for letting me know. Let me get down to 25 actually. Yeah, let's leave it at 25, and if it's music's still too loud, I'll lower it even more. Hopefully that means that my voice is louder and you can hear it better. It's better, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. And welcome, Dobby. Welcome to my... Apparently my live stream was so chill you couldn't hear me. Oh yeah, the AC is on right now. That's right. It wasn't on last stream because So I last stream, if you watch the VOD from last week, it like cuts out after an hour. And I think it's genuinely because my hardware like melted or something. I think my computer melted in the heat because everything just stopped working all of a sudden. Alright. I might stream until 3 today, so we still got a little over an hour to finish Coraline. And I really like how she's looking so far. I knew her body was going to be the challenge though, because yeah, I'm gonna have to like, maybe I'll do a little bit more blending later. I do want to like finish up the art that I'm doing during my live streams and like showing them on Instagram and any like social media platforms I have. So if anyone wants to see my artwork released for these in the final form, just, you know, all my socials are down below. Feel free to follow if you would like. You know what? I think I'm losing I'm losing quite a lot of colors, so I'm gonna save the colors. Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, the AC had to be turned on. I couldn't risk my computer melting again. Okay, so let's introduce some gradual shading back. Cat person says I finished, but it's not that good because it's not my art style. That's okay. I would love to see it actually. Actually, if you want, so I've had a Discord, but I have been trying to be more active on Discord and just, you know, familiarize myself with Discord better. So I'm on there quite often. If you want to share, if you're also got a Discord account and you're okay with it, feel free to put it in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord in the link I have on the video down below and you want to upload it, let me just double check what channels I have for art sharing. I would actually love to see the artwork done by other people during these live streams. Carly, I know you do this for your streams as well. Yeah. If anyone does art during my live streams, feel free to join the Discord in the link on my videos. They're all listed down below. All of my socials as well, and I just have, it's called Moo Bear's House because I wanted to name it like a doll house because that's kind of my art shtick. Yeah, I have a bunch of like random channels in there, and there's one for studio if you want to share it to the studio channel, and I'll try and find it. I'll try, if you feel okay with uploading it, I'll try and show it after the stream. But yeah, this is not my art style either. I am not used to drawing this way. This is not at all the kind of art that I do. But it was a fun way to learn how to draw differently and also like to use different techniques. Like for me, composition's a big issue in drawing for me. And this certainly has better composition than most of my drawings. I also really love the lighting on this. And the lighting is definitely like a big part of this, so that was also really good practice. I don't know. Cat that person, there must be some part of your artwork that you really like though. Would you say that you have a favorite part of the art that you just did? It could be like, I like how creepy the mood is, or I really like how this one detail turned out, or I really actually like how the overall piece looks all together. Gotta head out. I'll see you next time. Bye bye, Carly. Enjoy your trip. Enjoy your trip to Rochester. Hope you and the fam have a good time. It's probably the face or the candle. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm interested to see. You can always post it whenever you like, or, you know, if you don't feel comfortable posting it, that's okay as well. I'm curious to see how other people would draw this cover, because yeah, it's just very different. Let me show quickly, as a quick break, let me show what the cover for the next week's gonna be. It's gonna be this one. Next Wednesday. I'm going to do Frog and Toad Are Friends. And this is the cover. It's a little frog, it's a little toad. And it's a bunch of nature around them, which is very sweet. Very different. So different from Coraline. I don't have Discord. I'll post it and tag you. Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds great. I would love to see it. You know what's become very popular probably in a lot of areas? I'm in New York City, so they've been cropping up quite a lot, is like workshop spaces for art. Usually it's like marketed as like a third space. So for those who don't know, third space is like the concept of a place beyond just home and work. So the idea is like you go to this place and you know, enjoy your hobbies, meet the community, have, you know, do some fun stuff. It's like usually just like meant to be wholesome, relaxing, good for you mentally to get out of the house or get out of, you know, a place that's just work and house. And I feel like a lot of that has been cropping up in New York City or like other cities as well, where I think they've been around for a while, but now they're kind of like really taking off in this sort of post-COVID-y sort of age where people are kind of like craving community again and like meeting people again. So there's a lot of places in New York City, in Manhattan and Brooklyn, where there's sort of like these places that you can go to where you pay to do a workshop. So like people will go and do workshops in learning how to crochet or learning how to sew or learning how to paint. And you also do like fun like games and sort of icebreakers, ways to like meet other people, things like that. I don't know if every other city has seen that sort of thing on the rise. I'm actually going to go volunteer at one this week as well. Okay, Coraline's kind of shaping out. If I can try and get it sort of mostly finished today. The goal is to try and finish it as much as possible. Yeah, this is very outside the norm of my style, but I actually had a lot of fun drawing this. This is actually like really fun to try and like figure out how to do. Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited for, you know, August. I'm excited for August. I'm excited for the spooky season. Because we know spooky season isn't just in October. Spooky season's all year round. But yeah, waiting for autumn. And then let's have some fun with the candle, shall we? Let's try and figure out what to do with this candle. I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter and more orangey than Coraline. Spooky season all year round in my room at least. Yay! Halloween fans are everywhere. There's so many really great artists that have made spooky things their theme, like the concept of their work. They're so like, it's so good. So good at making spooky art all year round. Yeah, there's like artists I follow who do character designs, who do spooky character designs. Whoops, sorry, 1 second. There are those who do, I follow some doll makers, and there are a couple I follow who do like spooky character dolls as well. Which book covers have you already done? Yeah, I can show you right here. So I started it I stream once a week in July, and the first week I did Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak, and I want to finalize some details on it and then release all of these once I'm done. Last week I did this illustration from Madeline. It's if anyone's ever grown up watching Madeline, the TV show, but she's supposed to be like a little fearless orphan girl. That's her, and she's all of her friends and her company are like scared of the tiger, but in the books and in the show she goes poo poo to the tiger. She's not afraid of it at all. And then the one I'm doing now is Coraline, and I'm going to do 2 more in the next 2 weeks for the rest of July. Yeah, I tried to pick some covers that I like kind of grew up with, and I thought other people would like to see. This candle's looking a little weird. I have a Coraline doll I got from Comic-Con a while ago, and it looks so different from the new doll. Really? So it's like, is it based on the stop motion movie? Or is it like a original design? Which Comic-Con did you go to? There's so many in the US. Is it a Comic-Con? Are you abroad by any chance? Are you not in the US? There's so many Comic-Cons just in the US. I would love to go to a convention in another country though, just to see what the vibes just to see if there's any difference in vibes. Obviously, I'm based in New York, and so we've got New York Comic Con here. That's kind of the big one. I don't know, it was a while ago, and the doll was based off of the movie, but the eyes are broken. Ugh, that's kind of creepy. Let me know if you guys want me to tinker with the audio a little bit more too. If you can hear me and everything sounds okay. But I could always make some changes if needed. Yeah, the worst thing is when you like stream and then you watch the VOD to take notes on how to make it better, and then you realize like no one could hear you the entire time. When I first started streaming again, because I kind of took a break, I was streaming and then I didn't realize I had muted myself for like the first half hour of it. So I'm chatting for like half an hour, and then I realized I didn't realize I was muted, so I had to go back. When I released the VOD, I had to go back and cut out that first half an hour of the stream. Because it's just me and the camera, like, doing this and stuff, and no one could hear me. Yeah, I like Coraline. I'm trying to think of other creepy... Imagine the viewers are just drawing in confusion. That's exactly, I think, what happened. Well, I was like mostly talking in that first part because I was catching up. It was my first time streaming again in like a year or something. But then clearly I was out of practice because when I looked at the VOD, I was like, oh my god, I was muted for so long. But yeah, imagine like this whole stream has been silent and you just see me like doing weird hand motions and drawing. Alright, candle holder looks a little wonky. It kind of looks a little... kind of looks like it's a little warped. That's okay. Cosmos is back. Welcome back. Dobby says audio is cool. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know earlier, by the way. Welcome back, Cosmos. If you've been drawing and doodling Coraline as well, feel free to drop it in Discord if you'd like. Sorry if this sounds very repetitive to viewers, but if you want to share art that you've done on my streams, you can do what Cat Person will do, which is to upload and tag me, which I would love. I would love to see everyone's artwork, actually. It would be... but if it's on Discord, I can maybe like even show it on stream. So... Alright. That looks very shiny. Let me take a little quick water break. Everyone take a water break if it's hot where you are. Proper hydration. Hydration nation. Alright. Okay. This candle looks so cool. It doesn't look like a candle at all. I'm gonna have to outline it first. I'm gonna try and make it thin as well. I don't like how thick the candle turned up. Curious to know, is everyone else like artists in chat? Everyone else like to doodle and make little masterpieces? Everyone got like a craft that they enjoy? Maybe I'll leave mine semi-white. I doodled once in class, and I got sent outside the class for 30 minutes for drawing. I'm so, like, angry on your behalf. That is, like, so annoying. That is, like, so frustrating to me. I don't think I ever got punished for drawing in class, and I drew a lot in class. My parents actually were very encouraging of us getting into the arts, and my sister actually went to an art school, and I actually was heavily considering going to art school, but I went in another direction a little bit. But now I'm kind of returning to my roots, I guess. My original love, which is to do artwork. Cosmos does paintings. A painter. There's a painter amongst us. What kind of paint do you like using? I'm like a gouache and watercolor fan myself. But I'm so underskilled in painting. I'm like severely. I need to practice it so much. This is how I paint on a digital iPad. Oh wow, my parents wouldn't let me pursue art? Really? That's so unfortunate. I feel like maybe it's like a brain thing. I don't know. Because there's people out there who genuinely have no interest in anything creative. Both of my parents were creative. My dad really liked photography. Neither of them were professional artists. They just liked to do them as a hobby. But my dad really liked photography, and my mom used to really enjoy painting and like doing like home decorating stuff. So both of them really like encouraged like skills built in art. I remember when I was little, I really wanted to be an author. This was like the age when kids wanted to be like a vet, or they wanted to do all this other stuff that is very aspirational. And I remember I really loved books, so I really wanted to be an author. Thank God I never went down that path, because I don't think I would have loved writing professionally. But I remember my dad being like, oh yeah, you could be a great author. Just make sure that you make money off of it. He was pragmatic. He was supportive, but he was very pragmatic about it. He was like, he never said you can't make money off of writing, or you can't make money off of art. Neither of my parents ever said that. And I actually remember because my sister went to art school, but I remember I also thought very heavily about going to art school, and my mom was very supportive of that. So yeah, it was nice. Cosmo says I do gouache and acrylic. Yeah, gouache buddies. I love gouache. Acrylic always seems a little too shiny to me. Like, I don't know if it's maybe I just suck at drawing with acrylic, but I remember doing acrylic a lot in high school, and I felt it's very plasticky, and I think that's why I really love gouache, because it's the same as acrylic but very matte texture. So I think I embrace the matte sort of aspect more. Dobby paints on canvas with acrylic, but now I'm trying to learn digital as well. Digital, yes. I feel like I really love digital because it makes me want to learn traditional better, if you know what I mean. Like I think a lot can be accomplished with digital. Like, so much more can be accomplished with digital, and you can be so efficient in making a lot of art with digital. But for me, like, as someone who does a lot of like handmade stuff, it's made me really want to embrace traditional art again. Whereas in school, I felt like I didn't really love traditional art as much because it was always like homework based. It felt like homework to me. Let's see how this looks with this bright yellow. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Oh, Cosmo's trying to learn digital too. The only thing I made is my profile pic though. That's still impressive. I remember maybe someday in a video when I do like a tour of my iPad, I'm going to show the very first digital drawing I ever did. Oh my god, it was so bad. The first one I ever did was so bad. I'm so impressed that you did your profile pic as your first drawing and you share it, because I refuse to let my first digital drawing see the light of day. The first one I did was so... I think it's just because I was very hard on myself, because I did a sketch of it first, and I very much wanted it to look like the sketch, and it did not look like the sketch at all. You're basically retraining your brain to redraw a different way. But this makes me want to learn traditional, because even though digital art is really efficient and I do want to become proficient in it, it's also like so infinitely possible. There's so much possibility to it. It's infinite, and I feel like I just can't deal with that very well, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's just my personality. I fear that I will never achieve. I feel like I will never achieve a certain aspect with my work digitally, because I sense that it has so much infinite potential to it, if you know what I mean. Whereas traditional, you make a mistake, it's hard to undo the mistake, so you kind of embrace the mistakes a little bit. So maybe that's for me, like, easier to accept. I have no idea if any of that made sense, but that's that's what I think about digital versus traditional. Oh, cat person drew a little Coraline based kitty on the side of my drawing, and it looks silly. Oh, the little cat from the movies. Dobby says, I like your handmade things that you have on your Instagram. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's my jam. That's my business model. I've really learned to love handmade stuff quite a bit. I actually was saying, if anyone is joining for the first time and didn't hear, the month of August and September, the theme is a Halloween house. So I'm actually going to make a Halloween house. I'm going to design one on stream with everyone, and then I'm going to actually make it on stream. So I'm going to have a camera, top down. Oh wow, I'm like sinking in my chair. I didn't realize how low down I was. I'm gonna sit up upright. I'm like slouching further and further down. Alright, I'm going to make a haunted house on stream. Oh, that's too dark. Is that too dark? Let's do that. Let's show a little bit. But yeah, I want to design a haunted house. I want to make it on stream. I want live stream to be part of it. So if you're interested in seeing someone design and make a haunted house from scratch, that would be the stream to join. And it will be for all of August and September, because I want the house to be done. I want the house to be done by October, or early October at least. Love the little pride flag in the back. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's the professional background I have for my streams. It's a collection of all my favorite stuff. Yeah, I'm doing digital art on my stream right now, but I'm actually like a fiber artist / someone who's trying to get into clay work more. So I've started to describe myself as a sculptor. I'm also a doll maker. I've made dolls as both plushes, and I'm also making one right now out of clay. It's going to be something called a ball jointed doll, which is like a very humanoid looking character with like joints that move around and stuff. That'll be a cool stream. yeah, hope if you guys are into that sort of thing, feel free to subscribe. I'll keep updating everything. YouTube has become my new interest. YouTube has become kind of like the basis of my social media / marketing / connecting with the community sort of thing now. It's slowly starting to replace Instagram. So I'm gonna try and be inactive on YouTube as much as possible. But yeah, I like art. I like meeting art people. I like talking about art with people. It's just so nice after years and years and years of working in a very science-based curriculum and profession. It's just very nice. It's just very nice to be doing this again. It's like, yeah, I have a video up on my channel. It talks about how I left my hospital job to get into this full time. So if you want to kind of like hear like kind of why I left and things like that, I'm sure it's a story that you don't have to be a healthcare professional to understand. I'm sure like everyone can relate to it. Anyone who's had any sort of job can relate to it, I think. I actually really like how Coraline's hair ended up looking, so I might leave it the way it looks right now. And if anyone wants to know what brushes I'm using one from the artist Jessica Elena. She's on Instagram. It's spelled exactly as it sounds, Jessica and Elena with an E. I'm going to keep plugging her because these brushes are fire. As someone who's been wanting to do more texture in their work, she has a brush set on her Etsy that I bought recently, and that's what's making this look like this. I'm so glad we have so many like painters in chat today. I have so much respect for painters. I also have a lot of respect for people who do landscape art, because I'm so bad with landscape. People who are able to do landscapes are incredible to me. I feel like for me, a lot of my art tends to be very character based. So like here, Coraline, she's a character. I like drawing characters. I like drawing like humanoid sort of subjects, doing something or just kind of standing around. And I'm so bad with perspective. Another reason why I really am impressed with like landscape people, because perspective, drawing a human in proper perspective is hard enough. Okay, I kind of have the rough. I still say it's kind of rough because I'm not 100% happy with how she looks. So she's just kind of still like in a mid-tier. She's getting there, but not all the way there yet. I'm just erasing some of the early line work that I did. Alright, we might do some of the hands now, the ghostly hands. Let's take a look at that. Okay, let's this one's gonna involve mostly like erasing, I think, because they're kind of already like, they're all so like monochrome. It doesn't really matter color-wise how they look. Yeah, painters. I'm also like, I was watching a Twitch stream recently of a ceramicist, and I was like, wow, ceramics is so much work. And also, like, it's such a high chance of failing. Like, there's such a high chance of ceramic work not looking the way that you want it to. And, like, utility-wise, like, failing as a functional piece. Because I mostly work with very, like, fine detail clay, so, like, air dry clay. And I'm trying to get into polymer clay more as well. But, like, ceramic work, like where you throw it on a wheel and you do the scene from Ghost, it's so labor intensive. It's labor intensive and it's also very risky. I have respect for sculptors, just how. Sculptors, their brain must be wired like differently to see things in 3D, you know? To look at a flat image or to look at something that's also 3D and to replicate it in a 3D space is, I think your brain just has to be different. Your brain just has to be wired differently. I say this every time my boyfriend has a huge fear of heights. He's like terrified of them. And it's legit. It's a legit like phobia of people. I also have a bit of that as myself. But like when we watch videos of people like hanging by one arm at the top of like a construction crane that's like on top of a like 50-story building or something, and they're just hanging there for fun or for the views, and we're just like, what's happening? We would never do this. It's or like people who do the there's like bridges in China that have glass bottoms on top of these huge cliff sides, and people are like trying. Some people are just walking. It doesn't matter to them. And some people are like crawling and crying because they can't. I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? If you have a fear of heights, it's a legitimate phobia. And I have a feeling it's like these people just genuinely, something in their brain chemistry has to be different. It just has to be. It has to be completely different from people who are absolutely terrified of heights, you know? And I think it's the same when you conceptualize 3D space as well. I think it's a skill that you can definitely work on as like someone who is trying very hard to do sculptural works or sculptural style work. But I feel like, yeah, intuitively it's like hard. It's hard if your brain chemistry doesn't have it. Oh, cat person! I posted the video and tagged you! Amazing! Alright. I'll check it out. Give me 1 second. Just gonna see if I can finish this hand a little bit. I really do want to finish this piece before I end the stream for today, but we still have time. If anyone's comfortable sharing, would love to know what region of the world you're logging in from. I just kind of generally assume it's northern hemisphere-ish. I've had people from like Mexico, Canada. That seems to be like the usual, because we're like in the same time zone, so that's like the people logging in. Because it's pretty late in, I guess it's in the evening in like Europe. I never expect anyone from like Australia or Asia. I've had a couple friends log in from Asia, and it's like this is a hard time for them to log in. Alright, I'll do a quick break because I also want to drink some water. Let me see if I can see this video. Everyone take a quick break as well. Drink some water. Oh, it's on TikTok! Oh, cute! Cat person, this is great! This looks great! Your shading looks awesome! Oh, I see where you made it like really dark. Wow, this is super impressive. Yours is like more sassy than mine. She's got like a sassy expression on her face. Oh, the silly cat in the yellow rain jacket. That's cute. Oh, and you did the hands. Oh, so you did the whole piece. Amazing. I'll share this on my stream. I'll share it at the end. I'll show it at the end before I log off. That was great. That was really good work. I'm really impressed that you did all the like really good line art, just seeing as how this piece has like no line art whatsoever. Amazing. Yeah, I'll share it at the end. I'll log into my YouTube and show you guys. Yeah, cat person, yay! First successful art piece from the stream. Dobby is from Slovakia, Central Europe. Welcome. You guys must be like 7 or 8 hours ahead. So it's like evening for you, right? I know in like England it's like 5 hours ahead from where I am. Aw, thank you for joining on such a late evening for you. Yeah, cat person! Looked great! Looked amazing! I really genuinely love how she had like a tude. She was kind of like back off ghosts. I'll share it and see if everyone has the same opinion as me. I see what you mean by the cute cat that you added as well. That was a very, very cute cat. It was very stylistically different from the rest of the drawing. That cat was just radiating good vibes. Coraline about to get murdered by ghosts, and the cat's just like, I'm just so cute. Unfortunately, the cat from the Coraline movie was not cute. I mean, if you're gonna diss me, because I like the cat as a character, but as a design, that cat was creepy as hell. If you remember how the cat looks in the movie. My art style is just like that. Well, it's very cute. Super cute. And I'm so impressed with how like you're able to express the whole mood of the piece with such few lines. Meanwhile, here I am, like trying to draw the frickin' Sistine Chapel here. My extremely, extremely tedious coloring. Does anyone else have book covers that they like remember from their childhood? A big one is Harry Potter for me. I forget the artists for the US based Harry Potter books. But that art style was iconic to me growing up. Yeah, my art looks better with unfinished lines. Yeah, I found that too. Where if I try to draw every single line that could exist in an art piece, it looks real bad for me. Some people make it work. I have a family member who does art as well, and she does a lot of cross hatching for her art, and it looks gorgeous. Cross hatching, I think, is super gorgeous if you're really good at it and know how to use it, but I'm not one of those people. Greetings from 1:30 p.m. land. Oh, somewhere in the Midwest then, or somewhere in Central U.S. Right? Because it's 2:30 here. I'm like losing track of time. Welcome everyone. Welcome thank you first of all for everyone who's joined, for sharing your Wednesday afternoons with me. time is a precious commodity, and I'm always grateful that people are willing to share it. Look at this angry face. Look at this Jaws style face. If anyone who is also trying to get into digital art, like obviously Procreate is the app that I'm using. I really love Procreate. I think it made the barrier into getting into digital art way easier. Just because this interface is very intuitive for a lot of people. There's a lot to learn about it. I'm still learning about it, and I've had Procreate for years now. But I think as someone who really wanted to do digital art but couldn't afford and thought Photoshop was going to be too hard, this is like such an easy way to learn how to do digital art. So I'm very grateful to Procreate for giving a lot of artists the opportunity to try. And it's also like you just buy Procreate once. You don't have to get the membership or whatever that Adobe is trying to put on everything nowadays. As someone who started drawing from digitally for the first time with like, was it Paint? Is it just Paint? It's Paint on like Windows, right? The first default painting app on Windows. That was how I first started drawing digitally, and that shit was hard. That was so hard. This is so underrated. I love it. Oh, I'm glad you're having a good time. I'm glad you joined us as a Coraline fan. I'm glad we were able to connect over the love for Coraline. But yeah, I would love to do more stuff like artsy fartsy with the community. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. Anyone see this big like dot right there? Oh, sorry, someone keeps messaging me. It might be an emergency. Give me 1 second. Better be an emergency. It's not an emergency. Oh my god, it's not an emergency. My boyfriend loves stupid Reddit memes, and he keeps sending them to me. It's like the boy who cried wolf, you know? Spread ridiculous information so many times that when something truly terrible happens or an emergency happens, no one listens to you. That's gonna happen to him someday. This big idiot. Just sending memes all the time. My default drawing app was MS Paint. It was so bad. Yeah, but that was like everyone. That was everybody. Everyone had the same grueling upbringing when it came to digital paint back when computers started rolling out. I miss Apple's old, I forget what model they were called, but you know how like in school, if you're a 90s child like I am, if you're a millennial, I miss Apple's old colorful computers. They used to be so, they were clear, so you could see all the circuitry on the inside, first of all, which is cool as hell. And they also came in all these different colors. And now they're all like a monochrome and boring. They're just so sleek now. Oh, so modern. Oh. No! Bring back our 90s colorful clear ass plastic computers. It was only good because you could do pixel art, and I love pixel art. I follow so many pixel artists online. I think pixel art is like so scalable as a drawing style as well. You can go so low in resolution and still communicate your art style, and you can also go so high in resolution that it just looks like just itty bitty little dots, like an impressionist painting. What was I gonna do? I was gonna erase something. I'm gonna erase some of the lines on her face. I think it's kind of tripping me up a little bit because I think it's being shaded, but it's not. Okay, that's making her look less like she broke out into gray spots. Okay. We're getting there, you guys. Getting closer and closer as we keep editing. Rat guy, a little rat face there, with a little tiny claw. Tiny little claw. It looks like a human hand, but it's supposed to be an itty bitty rat claw. My poor AC. Sounds like it's really struggling. We're getting like Con Ed warnings as well. Oh, the heat wave. Oh, minimize your stress, the stress on the grid. And like, I get it. Normally I would have the AC off at this time. I would just, because usually I'm just like not moving around. I'm like sitting at a computer, or I'm sitting and doing like sewing or something. I'm usually not needing it to be super cold in the apartment, but I was very afraid that my computer was gonna die. I genuinely didn't think the heat would affect my computer that badly, but I think it did, because if you try to watch my last stream, or the one with the Madeline drawing, you'll see that every other stream I have is like, oh, 2-3 hours, and the Madeline one is like 59 minutes. It's because my computer gave up. Probably because I was doing so much hardware stuff to it, streaming and all, that it just kind of gave up in the middle. Cool. Pixel art and sculpture, two things that blow my mind every time. People are just so, like, it's just so amazing what people are capable of artistically. It blows my mind. Humanity's collective talent is so incredible. Did you know for the longest time I didn't know that there were hands on the cover? You know what? I don't think that's you losing your mind. I think some covers don't actually have the hands. I think some covers just have Coraline in the dark, I believe. I don't know which one is like the official cover. I don't think there is. I think they're all like variants of each other. But I'm pretty sure the one that I grew up with also did not have ghosts on the cover as well, unless I'm like misremembering. I have a terrible memory, and I'm pretty sure I forgot many crucial things as a child. is fun though, just outlining it. I have the actual book, and the hands were so transparent, but they were there. Oh, they were there. Oh, so you actually have the book from this drawing episode. Oh, okay. Oh, so I guess they were there the whole time. Oh, you know what other art I like from a book series? Has anyone read A Series of Unfortunate Events? I also love the art from that book series as well as a kid. Series of Unfortunate Events was so good. I actually never finished it though. I think maybe I got tired of reading about so many terrible things happening to the orphans. Okay, I'm gonna refine it once the outline is gone. I just need to... This is a very large needle. This is, if anyone comes at you with a needle this big, you need to get the heckins out of there. Do not go near someone with such a large needle. First of all, this has to be like a custom-made needle. Like, oh, you know what amazes me is videos of people who do crochet and knitting on airplanes. Cause nothing against people who knit and crochet. I am trying to learn how to do both as well. But like, they're huge stabbing needles. It's a very dangerous weapon if you are ill-intentioned. And the fact that I sometimes see people sewing and doing knitting on airplanes, I'm like, wait, so they won't let us carry they won't let us carry bottles of shampoo and liquids, but they'll let you on with 2 large needles? I don't know, is it just me? Like, does anyone else think that's weird? Dobby mentions the animated movie of The Last Unicorn the most. I just don't know if it has a book. I love The Last Unicorn! I thought the most amazing scene was when they changed the... oh wait, no, I won't say it because I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it. But yeah, the art style in The Last Unicorn is so good. I love it so much. Was it done by a company in Asia? Was it an animation company in Asia that did it? Or was it like a US or Western-based company that designed the art in that movie? I can't remember which studio was in charge of it. Okay, but people are begging for Coraline too, but how would that even work because Coraline already escaped? And also, Coraline technically belongs to the author, Neil Gaiman, right? So they can't make a sequel. They can't just make a sequel, because he owns the intellectual property to it, right? It could be like a Coraline 2 where it's Coraline's kid. Maybe something like that happens. Because they did that with, the sequel to the Peter Pan movie. It wasn't as good. I think it was like Wendy's daughter, right? Wendy's daughter like goes to Neverland that time. Is it Wendy? Am I remembering her name correctly? Wendy Darling. I think that's her name. Oh, they did that with Beetlejuice? Wait, there's a Beetlejuice 2? Is it Beetlejuice 2? I'm like so clearly out of the loop for a lot of franchises. don't know if it's out yet, but yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe I did see ads for that. Oh, I just kind of assumed it was like already released. I wonder what the Beetlejuice musical is like. There's a musical of Beetlejuice as well. I just remember Winona Ryder being so pretty in almost all of the movies I saw of her during that time where she was like in every film. Alright, the last one is a rat, and I think I'm almost done. I'm not 100% done, but I think I'll be done for the most part. Obviously, I need to do some cleanup on some of this. Okay, I think I'm going to... Alright, let's add the sort of lines going on here. Because I'm going to erase the underlying layer. Okay, so that's how it's going to look with the layer underneath gone. It needs a little bit of cleanup here and there, but otherwise, yeah, captures the essence of what I wanted. It does look very ghostly, which is nice. I just keep sinking in my Polaroid frame of myself. Every time I like do my checks and things, I'm like sitting upright, looking directly at the camera, and then I watch my VOD and I'm like just like slowly like disappearing. Because I start crouching to do the art and then I end up missing. Gotta add the alright. I think that about wraps it up. Oh hey! Look at that! Art posture is something else? Yeah. My posture every time I'm in front of my computer is so bad. I need to get a better chair. I got a cushion to help me, but I need a better chair overall as well. Alright. That's it. That's Coraline, you guys. I drew the cover, this cover from Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman's book Coraline, also the movie. And yeah, this one was interesting. This one was a lot of fun. I'm so glad so many people were interested in drawing it as well, or interested in seeing the journey. I want to share Cat Person's art while we're here. Let me just find a way to get to it. There we go. Okay, I want to share this real quick. Alright, this is tagged. Cat Person tagged this one. So thank you for joining me in this artistic project on stream. I'm gonna play it so everyone can see. Can I full screen this? Will it cut out some of the image? It might. Yeah, I think it might. Let me just try it real quick. Oh, it's not so bad. Okay, let's try it. Look at that arm. Look at that facial expression. I really like how you did the little lines to indicate that the light was on as well. The shading, gorgeous. The eyes were moved a little bit closer, and now she looks very scary. Oh, but check that out. Amazing work. And you did it in like an hour faster than I did. Amazing. And the little black cat in the corner. Amazing. And the little arms. Oh my god. They're all just trying to get a piece of her. Look at that, everyone. Phenomenal work. Ah! Alright, these are all these suggested videos. Doesn't know what it's doing. Wow, I love how we both looked at the same picture and then drew two completely different styles of it. That's what I love about. It's like when you see those videos of people doing like studies of like a model and they're all different. Everyone's using, some of them are using the same medium and it looks completely different. So that's what I love about this. If anyone else watches and they want to join, like I would love for this to be very collaborative, very community based. And if you are a fellow artist who likes to draw or likes to paint, oh god forbid someone does like a sculpture like of the work that's on live stream. If you've got that sort of energy and talent, that would be amazing to see as well. But yeah, so I'm Moo Bear Cat. I am, oh thanks you guys, really like this one. We'll definitely join the next one. Yeah, I hope I see you at the next one. We all know what the next one's gonna be. I stream every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. That's Eastern US time. And the next cover is going to be Frog and Toad. So these two little nerds. Yeah, thank you. Both works are very cute. I'm looking forward to the next stream. Thanks you guys. Thanks for joining. Thank you to everyone who joined earlier as well. And oh my god, Cat Person, thank you so much for doing such a wonderful art piece for us as well. I would love to see your guys' socials if you've got them. But yeah, all my socials are down below. I'm Moo Bear Cat online and I stream every Wednesday. So yeah, thanks you guys. Have a lovely rest of the Wednesday and I will see you next time. Bye everyone, have a good week.